Can everybody hear me? Okay, thank you everybody for coming out to support my family and to bring justice to my niece, Denise Williams. And this is live. I want to say that we're still fighting. The answers are still not answered. We have no idea what happened to Denise. This is the aftermath. We're still in our emotions. The babies still don't have their mom. She left 2 beautiful children, and we still have no answers. I'm going to ask my niece Belinda, where is she, to come up and speak. And this is Belinda.
Okay, first I would like to say thank you everybody for coming out. I'm a little nervous and I'm gonna try not to cry. Unfortunately, my sister left behind 2 beautiful babies. She came to Queens Hospital for help for postpartum depression. 8 out of every black woman suffer from postpartum depression and does not get treated compared to our white counterparts. That says a lot. That says a lot. There's no reason why no woman or anybody should go into a hospital to get treated for depression and come out dead. And guess what? Get no answers. I want Queens Hospital to know, the nurses, the doctors, anybody else that's supporting Queens Hospital, we're here. We're not going nowhere. We're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to fight for justice. We're going to continue to push. We got a video last week from a woman in Queens Hospital emergency room refusing to take medication. Another person that was there to get seen recorded it. The person was pleading, there's nothing wrong with me. I just had 2 drinks. I don't need medication. But yet, a big black man and a nurse holding her down while she's refusing. What does that say? What does that say? We can't even go to the hospital and be safe. I'm upset. I'm hurt. I had to raise my 2 beautiful nieces. She asks me every day, where's her mom? Where's your mom, baby? Where's mommy? You don't want to say it for the people? Where's mommy? She said, mommy is in heaven. What 3-year-old has to say, mommy is in heaven? It's not a right. But to the doctors and to the nurses, justice is going to be sold. Justice is going to come. That's it.
Justice for Denise. Justice for Denise. Justice for Denise. Justice for Denise. We are going to be out here supporting my family because we need answers. Like my niece said, we received a video of a young lady refusing to take medication right here at Queens Hospital. We have the footage, and it's 5 men holding her down. 5 nurses was holding this young lady down as she was pleading, begging them not to give her any type of medication. And they did it anyway. And we have the footage. And it's shameful. You should come in the hospital to be cared for, not to die. My sister Linda and these babies, my entire family is hurting. But we will get justice for Denise and every other individual that entered this hospital that was treated in a wrongful way. Today we have our attorney, Abe George. We would like for him to come up and say a few words.
Justice for Denise.
Justice for Denise.
Justice for Denise.
Justice for Denise.
Thank you for having me, and it's my honor to represent the Williams family in this. Make no mistake about it. the lack of proper medical treatment is a civil rights violation, especially when it impacts disproportionately minority communities. We had poor Denise come in for a mental issue, postpartum depression, and we believe that when we get to the bottom of this, we'll figure out this great tragedy and find out who was responsible and negligent for their actions. But we need to take affirmative steps, and that's why they hired me, the family, to bring in to see what type of systematic changes that we can make so that way we can learn a lesson from Denise and make sure none of this ever happens to another mother, to children again. I mean, I remember when I came and sat in the living room of Denise's mom, and I was staring at that beautiful child, the 3-month-old child here. And it just brought tears to my eyes to realize that she will never be able to see her mom. Her mom came here for help, and this hospital did not help. We're gonna get to the bottom of this and figure this out, but folks, thank you so much for coming here. We won't let this hospital forget, and we will not let Denise Williams die in vain. There will be systematic changes from this incident. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abe. We really appreciate it. We appreciate having an attorney that is willing to fight for my niece's, to get my niece's story out there, to find out exactly what happened to my niece. One of the things that my family is so grateful for is that during this tragedy, we have had the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people who have going through the same thing that we're going through. And one of the people who I speak to almost on a daily basis is Bruce. And I want to bring Bruce up so he can share a little bit about his story in regards to his love.
Peace, everybody. Can we get a justice for Denise?
Justice for Denise!
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 My name is Bruce McIntyre III. I'm the founder of the Save a Rose Foundation. I founded the Save a Rose Foundation after losing my life partner due to medical negligence, and I've been fighting on her behalf for the past 1.5 years, and I'm also still awaiting for justice as well. It makes no sense how Denise can show up to this hospital wanting treatment for postpartum depression and not making it out alive. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense, which is why you don't have the answers. We're going on, what, 49 days, 50 days? 49 days, right?
Yes.
49 days, and this family has not received one answer. They haven't seen a My Chart. They haven't seen anything. Where's the justice? Where's the accountability? They're hiding behind things like HIPAA and medical malpractice insurance. So they don't have to share information with these families, and they're taking up their precious time to cover up what they need to cover up. They want to cover their own asses. They're not doing or providing for our families. They're taking away. There's no system that's set in place to help families like ours. We're left to fend for ourselves. We're left to fight for our loved ones. We're left to fight for our children with no type of support. And instead of this medical industrialized complex working with us, they're doing everything in their power to work against us. There's no right in that. We're made to believe that we can trust these people, that we can turn to them, that we can count on them. That's not true. 8 black women in the U.S., in New York City, are dying 8 to 12 times more than their white counterparts. 8 to 12 times higher. Those statistics were taken years ago. Those numbers have been completely exacerbated since the pandemic. We have no live numbers of that. But if we did, I would imagine that we are seeing perpetuated cycles that are showing genocidal traits. We need justice. We need accountability. We need to assure that we are having access to midwifery and doula services, and that this is accessible to our underserved communities so that this does not happen again, where our women are being taken care of before, during, and after pregnancy and throughout postpartum. If you are not a high-risk patient, you do not need to be in the hospital. We're seeing that they're firing these birth workers left and right in these hospitals. That's even more dangerous for us. We need midwifery-led birthing centers now,
Yes.
where we are seeing better birthing outcomes. And our families are sticking together, and our mothers are making it home to their children. Katie Season and I, Katie also couldn't be here as well, have been crafting a bill called the Amber Rose Isaac Act, or short for Amber's Act, which will provide for families like ours. And it'll cover the first year of the family's expenses while they are recovering, while they are grieving, so that they are not thrown into these everyday cycles and stuck with it. We need to protect mental health.
Yes, 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 yes.
This bill is designed to take care of the family for the first year, and it's designed to take care of the child up until their 22nd birthday, so that these families are getting help. And it's a shame that people like us have to create bills like this, and that there is not a system that is in place for us that exists already. We are taxpayers.
Lots of taxes.
Lots of taxes.
Business owners paying taxes.
Exactly. This needs to be highlighted. This is not okay. Why is this not spreading even more than it is? Because we're not getting shot in our back by police officers?
Interesting.
Because we're told that we can trust this system. There is no trusting this system. We need to destroy this system, reimagine, and completely rebuild if we want to save lives. Miss Black Police Officer, I really hope that this is all resonating with you, because this affects you too.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And they called you out here for the wrong reason.
Come on, somebody.
You should have took this job, my sister.
Yes.
This has to end now, and we are coming for accountability. But I don't care if we have to come out here every week and do this. We will come out here every week until Denise, her family, gets answers. Justice for Denise.
Justice for Denise.
That's right.
Anti-blackness is a public health crisis. Say that with me. Anti-blackness is a public health crisis. Thank you, everybody. My name is Bruce McIntyre III, founder of the Save a Rose Foundation, and I am also a proud sponsor of the Movement to Birth Liberation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Bruce. We're going to introduce, yes, thank you.
Shawnee Omari, one of y'all want to go? My brother Omari has been supporting me since day one. He also lost his beautiful queen, Shamani Gibson. Can we get justice for Shamani Gibson?
Justice for Shamani Gibson!
Justice for Shamani Gibson.
Justice for Shamani Gibson!
I want y'all to give Omari a warm round of applause, please.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's never easy. First of all, I just want to say just thank you for the strength. Just to be out here every day and do this on a weekly basis. You know, Bruce gave some numbers and some statistics. And unfortunately, we know 700 to 900 women pass away, you know, due to birth negligence every year. So there's hundreds of Denises, hundreds of Shamanis, hundreds of Ambers, you know, but so it really takes a strong family unit to come out here and just, you know, share your story, and be active and not be silent. This is not easy, you know, so just thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I brought my children out here as well because it's so important. So this is Kari. Say hi, Kari. Yes. And my daughter, Anari. Say hi, Anari. Hi, these are Shamani's children. Thank you. And, you know, man, Spirit just works in such great ways. Last night, you know, Anari asked about, you know, her mom and where she's at and what she's doing. And on the car ride here, Kari was talking about his mom. And again, you know, having to answer those questions on a consistent basis is probably one of the hardest things that I have to do as a father, you know, and as a parent. And as they get older, you know, these answers have to get more concrete, I guess. You know, they have to be more detailed because the questions and the understanding, of course, when these kids get older, you know, their brains just work a lot differently, you know, and for me to be out here, as much as it's a healing process for me, and as much I want to support y'all in your movement, you know, I'm doing this for my kids as well.
Yes.
Right? So that they know, and there's certain things that I don't have to answer because they just know, right? And what ends up happening, this is the most beautiful part of dealing and trying to really bond with your trauma, is as devastating and as much as I was depressed when Shamani passed, I've met so many people through this movement, you know, so many soldiers, so many strong Black men and women, so many strong family members, so many strong communities, so many strong white allies that, you know, you can't buy this. And unfortunately, nobody wants to be here. Nobody wants to be here. But what I can say, and I definitely know, is that the last time y'all were out here, it was probably 20, 30 people, right?
Yes.
And this time y'all out here and it's 50 people,
Yes.
right? So the next time y'all out here is gonna be 100.
Yes.
Right? And this is how things move. This is how change happens, right? So it's not even about bringing a friend and telling somebody to come. What ends up happening is that they'll tell you that they're coming.
Yes.
They're telling you that they're supporting. They're telling you that they understand. Unfortunately, I don't know how you feel. Like, and I don't know the pain that you guys are going through as individuals. But what I can do is I can empathize with the feeling of losing somebody in such a manner. I can empathize with the feeling of having to celebrate life at the same time as celebrating death, right? And that shit is, excuse my language, it's not easy. And it's something that will change your life, right? So we're using our trauma, we're using and bonding with our trauma, we're using our uncomfortable situations in order to create change, right? In order to get out of our comfort zones, in order to speak up, because that's what we're here for, right? We're all here for support. and we support each other. Nobody's going through this alone. So when you feel like the burden is on your back, just know I feel the same way. And I know that I might not be able to call you and contact you, but I could go on Instagram, I could go on social media, I could contact my brother. We can eventually all create this circle, right? And build from the circle and know that we're being loved on, right? Know that somebody else is understanding my struggle. And know that, like I said, once you get more people and once you stay out here long enough and just be consistent, the change will happen. The change will happen. The right person who has the right power, who understands all the information and who doesn't want to have to deal with none of this shit, will make sure that things change. But it's an ever evolving process and we all have to do it together. Thank you guys. I love y'all.
We thank you so much for sharing your story. We appreciate you. You're a part of our family. So right now, please, y'all gonna hear from my sister. My sister I can't get up here and tell you how my sister feels, but my sister Linda can convey her own emotions.
From August 28th to now, it's been running in my brain. The night that my daughter went to the hospital, August 28th. Every time I close my eyes, or I see her leaving out the house going to the ambulance, I come back home. You know what she went through was postpartum syndrome for depression. I need answers. I really need answers. Because they call me 12 o'clock at night. I said, why? I don't come to the hospital. I told them that she suffered from depression and postpartum depression. That's why I called the ambulance. They said, well, she said she don't want to be there. She want to sign herself out the hospital. I said, okay. So said somebody gonna call you the next morning. So somebody did call me the next morning and asked me why you called else for your daughter. I said she suffered postpartum depression and depression. She got 2 kids. I said she got a baby and a 3-year-old, and she's not eating. So that's why I called. They said, well, we're gonna discharge her later on. That's why I said, just call me and let me know, and I'll come and pick her up. I didn't get no answer. Next morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, the phone rang one time. I called back. Nobody picked up the answer. So I went with my daughter to the PA. We got back at 11:45. I see 3 missed calls from my 212 number. Not thinking that. But my daughter said autopsy this, biopsy this. It still didn't dawn on me about my daughter. I know I wasn't up for to go to the hospital. An hour later, a Principal Police Hospital called me, said, can I speak to Linda McKee? I said, speaking. Do you got a daughter named Denise Williams? I said, yes. I said, you ready for me to come and pick up? They said, no. I'm just calling to let you know she's dead. Not deceased, dead. I started screaming and crying. Said, I told my daughter dead. So my son grabbed the phone and said, how did my sister die? She died from tripping over sneakers. She didn't want her sneakers, she wore slippers. The sneakers still in my house. We worked on her from 6 to 9 o'clock in the morning. I never seen or heard anybody work on a person for 4 hours. So I let my family come up there. They wouldn't even let my family and my sisters and my kids view the body. They said I had to be there. So I went up there. They told me due to the COVID that I couldn't be the body. So we talked to directors, administrators, and everybody. Nobody could give us no straight answer. We had to start protesting, on social media, everything. Next you know, we got a call. I don't know who the person was. Said my daughter was never there at Queens Hospital. The day she died, they moved to Manhattan. So all these days we running around, she was never inside Queens Hospital. It was under investigation. Only time I got to see my daughter today, of the funeral, I couldn't even view the body say, yeah, that's my daughter. That hurt me. That hurt me so bad because I still have no justice, no answer. My pressure ain't going down for nothing because I don't have no answer. As soon as I get answers, I have peace in my heart. But right now, I don't have no answer. I need justice for my daughter. Because her daughter, every day, said, Grandma, when my mother comes home from the hospital, I don't have no answer. So my oldest daughter said, Mommy's in heaven. And she'll come back to me and say, Grandma, she's still sleeping when she gonna wake up. I said, hey, she's in heaven. But she's too young to understand that. I came and look at my youngest baby, grandbaby, because she looked just like her mother. It hurt me so bad. I'm not sleeping. I only get like 3-4 hours of sleep every single day. That's it. No 8 hours. I just need justice for my baby. Thank you. And I appreciate for all y'all coming here for support.
Thank you so much, sister. This is more emotion. Justice for Denise. Justice for Denise. Again, justice for Denise. Justice for Denise. Our next speaker that we're going to have is a mom who lost her child, Miss Shawnee. So she can definitely relate to you, sister.
First and foremost, thank you for your tears. Anybody who cried today, tears are libation. Tears are a form of libation. They will fertilize what you are activating, which is justice for your child. One of the things that came up for me as I was thinking about coming here today and being with all of you was the fact that I had the blessing of being with my daughter in her last hours. If Omari, her mate, would have called me and said my daughter passed and I had no connection like that in last words or being able to touch her, my heart would be broken and I would not be standing here today. I know that. When we mourn, we need answers. When we grieve, we need to know exactly what we're grieving. So it is impossible to fully put her to rest and have her be at peace without those answers, sis. So I understand your tears and your turmoil and you're not being able to sleep. I was blessed to be able to know. I was there when her last heartbeat was heard throughout the hallways of the hospital that we were at. So I'm so grateful for that. And I think about that all the time. My heart goes out to you. Your tears are my tears. Thank you for being a stand for your daughter. And through your sadness, still being out here. Because you could just be locked away somewhere and not speaking at all. You will heal because you speak. You will heal because you speak.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Thank you for the entire family and what you're doing. So my name is Shawnee Renee Benton Gibson. My daughter was Shamani Makiba Gibson. She died on October 6, 2019 due to a birth-related pulmonary embolism. I am deeply saddened about her transition. And I say transition. One of the things that is so crazy about whiteness is that one day somebody came to speak to me about my daughter and I said she transitioned and they were like I was dealing with my grief so much I couldn't say death. I know what the hell I'm talking about. My daughter transitioned. She is not dead. She is alive in spirit. She's an ancestor. So this system, all of it, does not align with our needs. They don't understand us. They don't understand our pain. And when we come, even when they look like us, they don't fully understand our pain. So I do get what you are going through, and I have a living experience of postpartum depression and psychosis. I'm a psychotherapist. I didn't learn that I went through postpartum depression and psychosis until I studied it. Because nobody asks the right questions. I just had a baby. I lived away from my family. I was 20 years old when I had my second child. They should have been asking me how I was doing. My baby came early in the 7th month. My baby had a birth defect. My baby had to be flown out to another town, to a hospital. We had to drive and meet her there. And nobody asked me, Mom, are you okay? Are you emotionally well? Women that are black and brown need to be followed for at least 12 months after we give birth. Because we don't make it. And you might be standing, but you may not be well. And just because I'm carrying my kids, breastfeeding, going to work, because we'll go right to work after we drop the load, just step right back out and start doing stuff, which is inhumane for us to do to ourselves. But we gotta make it and survive because this system does not stand for our wellness, and it doesn't stand for our financial wellness of being either. We have broken systems all over the place. They were built on patriarchy and white supremacy. So how could they ever serve black and brown women or people or our children? They were not built to do so. So why is anybody shocked that Denise and Shamani and Amber didn't make it? It's a damn shame that we have to stand out here, but we better stand.
Yes!
We better stand.
Yes!
Because if we don't, it'll happen again and again and again. Omari just told us the statistics. Bruce just shared the statistics. While I'm standing here, someone may be dying right in this second. We must stand and stop this madness. We have to. Black wombs matter.
Yes.
Black mamas matter. Black babies matter. Black communities matter. It all is matter in the flesh, but it won't make it. We will die and disintegrate if we don't take a stand. So no matter how cold it is, no matter how the wind blows, we need to keep coming out here, put our coats on, bring our umbrellas, and be a stand for Denise. Denise's life is worth this.
Yes.
The discomfort of cold or whatever, flu, whatever we got, like Denise is worth talking about and remembering, and your tears are worth watching and hearing. Some people turn away. We better look upon you.
Yes.
A mother in pain.
Yes.
You deserve to be looked upon.
Yes.
Your womb produced that girl.
Yes.
And your womb is a manifestation of these other 2 children that are standing that don't have a mama.
Yes.
Thank you, sis.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So the last thing that I will say is that if we don't understand racism, what it is and how it works, anything we think we understand will only serve to confuse us. We must understand these systems in this oppressive nature in which we live and breathe and work and play, and we must pay attention so that this shit can stop. These systems aren't built for us. Hospitals don't have hospitality anymore, if they ever did. So please pay attention. If there are any persons out here who have a new mama in their lives or family, check in on them. Because they're stigmatizing information, mindset about black and brown women who are not mentally stable. We don't get what we need, and we're judged. We're judged. So ask her if she's okay. Ask her mate if they are okay, because if they're both not okay, the babies are not going to be okay. Black wombs matter. Black minds matter. Black bodies matter. Black communities matter. Justice for Denise.
Justice for Denise. Thank you so much. My family appreciates everyone who's out here today standing and supporting us. And I really want you to take a look at some of the wonderful people who are out here supporting us. These young ladies have been here from day one.
Thank you.
From day one, they have been out here supporting my family. So I would like to give, what's your name again? I'm so sorry. Mima. Oh, Mima. I speak to you all the time. Mima, yes. So we're going to introduce Miss Mima. She's going to share exactly who she is.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
First, I just want to extend my condolences to the families of Amber, Rose, Shimani Gibson, Denise Williams. I stand in awe of your power, your strength, your love.
Okay, all right, thank you, Amy. All right.
Thank you so much for all you do and continue to do. I've seen you at all of these rallies, and you are amazing. My name is Mima Spadola. I'm a postpartum doula. I'm the mother of a 14-year-old. I've been doing this work for about 16 years, and I got into doing this work because my dear friend suffered from postpartum depression. She called me, said she had just called a suicide hotline. She was afraid. I took her to the emergency room. She got the care she needed. She's a white woman. She got that care. She went on to care for her son. She went on to have another child. She went on to thrive. I see what's happening here. I join with you, with my fellow allies. We see what's happening here. I'm a part of a group of birth workers and other concerned people, the Movement for Birth Liberation. You spoke of Katie Season. She can't be here today. She's attending a memorial service, but I know she did so much work to help rally folks to come today.
Yes, Katie. Yes.
So I just want to say we need, as has been said before, we need care for birthing people while they're pregnant, during birth, in the postpartum period. We know that at least 1 in 7 people after giving birth suffer from a postpartum mood disorder, and we know that black and brown women are less likely to get the care, the attention, the support that they need. That is wrong. This is part of a bigger system of our racist, white supremacist society. We know that. And we keep coming out here. I don't want to keep coming out here. You don't want to keep coming out here. We want justice for Denise. We want justice for Shamani. We want justice for Amber. Say their names. Denise Williams.
Denise Williams.
Shamani Gibson.
Shamani Gibson.
Amber Rose Isaacs.
Amber Rose Isaacs.
They should be here today. Justice for Denise. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mima. We have another young lady, Melissa. Please come, Melissa. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So I'm Melissa Bear. I'm a midwife. I've been working with Katie and Movement for Birth Liberation for a while. I don't have anything prepared, so it's going to be a lot of thought levels. Okay. We all know that we have a healthcare system that's not built for black and brown people. We have a healthcare system not really built for birthing people. And we have a healthcare system not built for mental health. And that's how we end up here. I also live in Queens, and I've been reminding people whenever and wherever I can that Queens County has the fewest number of hospital beds per capita than any county in the country. That also leads to where we are. And these are the things that wear on me. When I'm in my clinic, I see postpartum women, I see pregnant, like 10 births. It never feels like there's enough time. Never given enough space, enough resources. And it all builds up to why we're here. I'm just so sorry for you and your family. And Bruce and Shamani's family. I'm sick of coming out here, but I'm always going to come out here. Because it's important to keep on reminding people, to remind the people that can help us beat these things, our electives. So I don't know if any could come here today, but we're going to keep on telling them to come and keep on reminding them. Because we need to make the change. I know Bruce is working on some bills, I've got some things. We're all working on things. We gotta just keep working on these things and keep talking about it and keep showing up. It's never gonna happen if we don't stop talking about it. Okay? So again, justice for Denise.
Justice for Denise.
Justice for Amber.
Justice for Amber.
Justice for Shamani.
Justice for Shamani.
Justice for black birthing mamas.
Justice for black birthing mamas.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much, everybody. One person, she just walked up in here, Miss Chantel. She's a doula, she's a nurse. Please come up, please, please, please. She looks like my sister now.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm so happy to see the outcome, the hard work, just to see the sense of community. We appreciate you guys seriously for taking the time out to be here. What really comes to my spirit today is the sense of community, but also the fear. I'm coming straight from a hospital because I have a mom in a hospital right now dealing with preeclampsia. But the first thing that I think that hits me is every time I get a black or brown woman who needs some type of service, she has to ask me what kind of doctor she needs to go to, what kind of hospital is fit for her to actually birth her child. That's a problem. The hospital is sent here to protect and save us. And when you have to sit and decide if you're going to be treated with respect and dignity and actually get the help that you deserve, that's an issue. You should be able to walk inside of any hospital, no matter what race you are, and get the same amount of service. I'm here today because when I got a chance to see Denise's picture, her eyes said something to me. Her eyes called me to do the work. Her eyes made me hit up some of her family members to see if there was anything that I can do. So today, can we say her name?
Denise Williams!
Say her name.
Denise Williams!
We're standing together to get change for her. We're standing together to make sure that this can change the outcome for your sister, your cousin, your auntie, your friend. It's not going to hit home until it gets too close to you. I'm looking at her face, I'm just like, wow. You know, because I feel like I ran into the girl. We all could have ran into her. We all could have sat beside her. And just her eyes alone, her age, her children, it made me say, like, this is getting too far. This is getting too close. You hear these stories and they're kind of far-fetched. But after that summer where we had about 3 deaths for women who just gave birth, and now we have a woman who was going through postpartum depression. Normally when you hear somebody has passed away, they were giving birth. But now in this case, she gave birth. She came home. She was safe. And to know that if you just needed some type of help, mental evaluation, some type of support, that you can still walk into the hospital and you're not going to die because of a hemorrhage, but you're basically going to die because you're not being heard. We need answers. We need community. And we need help. And I thank all of you, because I know you see the posts. I'm probably annoying. I thank all of you for being here, because one person can change some things, but 3 or 4, you can make a statement. But this, we about to bring justice.
Come on now.
Okay? It's not going to stop here.
Yep.
This is not the end of this. We're going to have to keep on going, but we are going to get justice for Denise, right? Say her name.
Denise Williams.
Say her name.
Denise Williams.
Say her name.
Denise Williams. Thank you so much for my family. We appreciate everyone for coming out today. We will be back again. We haven't set a date yet. But as my family waits for the cause of death, we are still going to continue to fight for justice for my niece, Denise Williams. As we close out, we're going to scream out her name. Denise Williams! Denise Williams! Denise Williams! And my sister Valerie is going to close out with a prayer.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank everyone for showing out and showing up for my niece, Denise Williams. She was more like a daughter to me. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Reverend Dr. Valerie Braxton. I work worthy in the cause for Christ, but I also work and walk and support my family. I have been a part of Denise's life since birth. She was born January 27th. And my son was born January 31st of the same year. My sister and I, we celebrated their lives, their birthdays, and I'm heartbroken that I have to remember her in this manner, but I know I'm not going to stop fighting until we have the justice that Denise deserves and that my family deserves. So I will fight. If anyone knows anything about Valerie Denise Braxton, she's my namesake. I am a fighter, and we will get justice. But I am a praying woman, so I know the power of God and what he can do. When man says it's impossible, he says it's possible. And for all of those elected officials who did not show up, remember, your constituents are watching you. We vote, and we rally, and we will gather, and we will remember. And if you don't do what we want you to do, like we voted you in, we'll vote you out. That being said, O Most High, we thank you and praise you for allowing us to gather once again in your name. We thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for your people who have gathered. Father, we thank you that you're giving us the power, the strength, and the tenacity to go forth, to gain justice for the lives of black and brown women and all women, oh Lord, who have not gotten the things that they require due to sickness, birth, illness, or disease. We ask that you give us strength as we go forth in this journey. Empower us. Open those doors that seemingly are closed. Put us in front of the right people. Let them hear our beck and call because you will touch their hearts. These things we thank you in your most powerful name. Amen.
Amen.
Be blessed.
Thank you so much. And again, my family appreciates everyone for coming out and standing with us to seek justice for Denise Williams. We appreciate everybody. Until we come back again, friends.